the inflammation process. And if the vagus nerve is functioning as well as it can function, given your use, given your exposure to toxins and things, it conceivably could keep you from living through a whole host of infirmities. But it's an amazing book. The guy's incredibly knowledgeable.
It's called what again?
The Great Nerve.
The Great Nerve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not expected to know everything, you know, and you can't solve every single problem and issue. There has to be some degree of cooperation with the person. And there's a book written by a neurosurgeon whose wife is an Alexander teacher there in New York. And the book, it goes through 5 levels of pain before you operate. And he worked together with an orthopedic surgeon and neurosurgeon who worked together on the same patient. And so he's going through 5 of them. The first 3 layers, you can study the Alexander technique, Feldenkrais, you can get massages, you can do that, you can do all that, the first 3. The 4th one, you better start considering whether or not you should operate. The 5th one, go in right away. So you can get somebody who has a bulging disc. And bulging discs come in a lot of varieties. You can live all your life with a bulging disc. You can bulge too much, and then you have a slipped disc. And you have a herniated disc you can live with for a long time. It's going to get worse depending on how you use yourself. A man comes in, he was an attorney. I'm a runner, why do I have back pain? This is the way he ran. Like that. And I explained everything to him. Whatever you do up here is going to show up down here in all probability. And sometimes what you do down here shows up here. And in a lot of other ways. No. And I said, well, I don't really think this work is for you. That's what I said. And unless you can agree with a little bit of what I say, then I don't think I'm going to be of value to you. Because I'm going to free you up, and then you're going to go right back to what you've done before. I think that might disturb the organism even more. Because you give the organism a sense of freedom if you anthropomorphize the organism, a bit of freedom, and then you say, no, I'm just kidding, and you go back to your old pattern of use. You're going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he ended up having an operation. So, pain can be emotional, pain can be physical, pain can be both. It's usually both. Not always. If you have an accident, you got to run into it. And so you have to. You can help almost everybody that comes to see you probably, but there are people that you cannot. And that's why I refer. Yeah, but nerve pain is incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
Nerve pain is incredibly difficult.
Right.
I mean, you start reading up on that stuff and nerve pain.
Yeah.
There are even supplements you can take for nerve pain because you can damage nerves really badly. And no matter how well you're using yourself, you've got a damaged nerve. Mm-hmm. And if the nerve is damaged beyond a certain point, it's not functioning okay. And again, I when something like that happens to me, and because I don't want to hurt anybody, without, I don't want to make a mistake, and thinking that I can save the world. I can't do it. And I say, well, have you been checked out medically? Most people say yes. Have they actually taken pictures, MRIs? Have they done all this? I want to know. Mm-hmm. If somebody says I have a bulging disc, well, to what degree? And well, I don't really know. We'll have you, I ask questions. And so if it's nerve pain, I would have her, if she hasn't done it, be checked out medically. Because it is a study. It just happens to be something that works very effectively for many, many, many people where medicine can't help that much.
Right.
Or they work in tandem. I don't think it's alternative. The people see it as an alternative to medicine. It's complementary.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we do is complementary, not an alternative. When Danielle was going through seizure after seizure after seizure, 90 seizures a week,
Mm-hmm.
for years and years and years, Julie stays awake one night, I stay awake the next night, we go through weeks and not sleep. And I did the alternative. If I could catch her, if I could sense the aura of the seizure about to start, and I worked with her, the seizure wouldn't take hold. But after a certain point, no. And they started training, they started training dogs, like for blind people, training them to recognize the aura of a seizure.
Mm-hmm.
They'd come to the parents and get the parents to come over to the child. Because there is a kind of an aura to something about to start. So I did alternative and I did straight flat out medicine. And luckily I had a man that was a doctor that trained with me. And he got all kinds of offers in Harvard and everything, but he went to McGill. And he stole one of the trainees and got married. So I lost 2 people. And but I still go back and forth with him about it, because he then said, well, I think what's going on with her medication is that she's taking too much. So they've just made a discovery about vitamin E, and that increases the effectiveness of a given medication. So why don't you try giving her vitamin E and cutting down the amount of medication, and it worked. So there are things that I don't know anything about that when a person comes in. So I would just make certain that this woman has been checked out by somebody who knows more about nerves than we do.
Okay, but how do you approach working with somebody if you know that the work can help them, but that requires them to experience pain?
You understand that you cannot effectively work with everybody that comes to see you.
So you wouldn't work with someone in that situation?
Everybody.
You wouldn't work with someone in that situation?
I would ask questions and make certain that that person was, that there was not some damage to a given nerve or a given series of nerves, so that because I don't know if I can change, if I change that person's use. I mean, I do healing too, but that's different. We're just talking about the Alexander work right now.
Mm-hmm.
The woman that I work with whose memory is going, she came in with this knee right here was over here.
Mm.
This knee was over here. Her leg came this way, her knee went out that way and came in. And after about 4 months, it was straight. But she's so weak through here that she needs a walker. And pretty soon, she's not even going to be able to use a walker. So I have to decide, am I really helping her? I'm prolonging her from having an operation. But if she gets, and she's my age, so tack 10 more years, 5 more years on that, 7 more years on that, maybe they won't be able to operate. So am I really helping you? They're good questions.
Yeah.
And most of the time you can be of value.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time you really can. But I have people get checked out medically before I work. Some people, before I
definitely
work
has.
with you, checked out medically?
She definitely has been checked out medically.
Hmm?
She definitely has been checked out medically, but
Then this is a hard question. I would have to see her myself. I would have to put my hands on her and sense myself. And sometimes I do that. And then because teachers do say, I've got this person working with me, would you work with her once and then tell me what to do? And I do that. If I can. It's complex.